Hello everyone, welcome back to Frieren. Now we are on episode 10. In the previous episode, Lugner and the demon girl were defeated by Stark and Fern, and they had some really good fights. When I was editing those fights, I noticed just like how good they were. They were so good. They had no business being that good, like it was a pretty random fight, right? On episode 9 of the show, in a 28 episode season, and it still was that good. I saw that this had the highest rating. I thought, well, those serene moments, they were really nice. But that action though, and I'm really liking the characters, like the villains too, like they seemed interesting. And the demons, like the way that they act is also very fascinating. I have not seen that before. So let's get into it. Episode 10. Audio plugged in successfully. Feet! Oh, this is a flashback. I ain't respectful like that. Basalt. So we have granite and basalt. Ignore everything they say. She asked, do you remember his last words? No. And she's like, yeah, that's based. Yeah, so basically, maximum racism is what she believes in. They ain't human. They're kind. Let's skip over the intro now. Episode 10. Yeah, so that is his dead body. Your heart was destroyed. That is true. Also, he knows. Fern and Stark didn't know. But we are a threat to them. To us, I mean. To her. So Aura should be stronger, according to him. Yes, he's going to do bullshit shit. That's what you think. He's still staying calm even though he's dying. Oh, Wi-Fi mana! So something that allows you to spam attacks over and over, and is considered a dishonor for mages. So, what is that? Oh, elves. Frieren's kind. At least how they used to be. They seem to have non-white hair. That he did. Oh, Frieren, before she met Flamme. No. She takes advantage of the non-honorable ways. Why? Even though she has less mana. My depression. Naruto! Naruto's swing. So, she has seen elves after this, so that wasn't like their only village or anything. But maybe the average elf is like really lazy and doesn't do much, so they ended up being kind of weak, excluding her. So don't be depressed. You need to hide. Yeah, he looks interesting. Not that one. They realized they couldn't hide like that. Okay, that's why they always like are willing to die just to prove that they are better. That's why there aren't that many elves. They were genocided ages ago. They feel so confident because they are strong. That's also what happened with the Lugner guy. And with the one that the sage that was firing the destruction magic. Like they're so overconfident. And got immediately erased. So their attack stat is so much higher than your defense. I guess Stark is a master of this naturally. Oh, and also Frieren was also suppressing her magic, making Lugner think that she had just a little bit of mana, when really she had a lot. So that they would underestimate her. And honestly, it's the demon's own fault. Like, oh my god, you have so little mana, I cannot lose. Oh fuck, I died. How could this happen to me? Like, bro, you're just stupid. But, you know, that's a part of them, right? It's their weakness. They honestly seem a lot like the normal elf you would see in a fantasy, right? Like, the elves would be normally the ones who would overestimate themselves and underestimate their opponent. And then, like, dismiss them. Wait, what did she say? I love magic, that's why we should become cowards that mock magic. Is it a mockery of magic if you just suppress your power? Oh, that's what she did to... That's what she did to Frieren as well. We know that Frieren was able to hide her presence, so she's probably really good at that. Like she's natural at it. That's why Frieren is willing to teach her too, right? Forever. Make them underestimate you. Oh, Aura is going to use the guillotine and then Frieren's going to like go full strength. You and your army of 3, buddy. Yes, I'm sure you can. You're going to use your scale. Frieren is going to use her full power and you're going to get defeated by your own weapon, right? I can already see it. You expended so much mana. You must not have much left. Yeah, and Frieren already knew about this. She's baiting this to happen. Mana increases with time spent training. Frieren has trained for 1,000 years. Aura has for 500. Yeah. That's fairly long-lived. And Frieren isn't underestimating her. She's analyzing her. A pity I can't study you more. It is now over for you. Was a release. That's definitely a German word. They are too prideful. It wouldn't allow them to. They make like a leadership structure basically that is cold and soulless. The Demon King. How was it with elves? Were they just hippies that were like equal? Makes sense. They just show their mana. The stronger the demon, the more power they have. And because of that they don't suppress it, because they need to show what they are like. Basically they are the rich guy driving a Lamborghini around. If they suppressed it all the time, they would be underestimated. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense too. So when they see a strong mage, they also reveal themselves to prove that they are better. Makes them very predictable. They can't take advantage of like one of the best aspects of it. I wouldn't be able to murder all of them. And you haven't stopped yet? 3 years and she was able to maintain her control. You've been grinding, so you got bored of it.
私はお前に戦いのことしか教えなかった。復讐のための魔法だ。
That made Frieren not enjoy magic as much.
お前に私の魔法を託してよかったと。
That's why she answered like I love magic somewhat.
いつか魔王を倒せるほどの高みにたどり着ける。
Foreshadowing.
フリーレン、一つ頼み。私の墓の周りは花畑にしてくれ。匂わないね。そうだな。フリーレン、私の一番好きな魔法は。
Oh, that's also connected to the heroes. You went to look for a spell, or to specifically make flowers for him. I love the connection. And she wanted to learn that spell because, yeah, she feels an emotional connection to her master. Hide. But now your name is definitely in history. And that's how she was able to stay underground for 1,000 years. And that's why she lives so slowly. She enjoys doing the little things. And collecting magic. She killed those wolves and cooked them. Built her own house, then lived in that house. Probably until the entire house like disintegrated, and then was like, maybe it's time for another house. That would be so entertaining. If I could, I would just observe things changing for 1,000 years. I think that's why I'm connecting with this anime so much. Because that's like my dream. I've been kinda AFK. So in reality she has double.
いや、君は僕が出会ってきたどの魔法使いよりも強い。
Himmel was able to recognize it. Right? His name is Himmel. And he said the same thing that Frieren said to her master. And at this point, you don't wanna test this. Do you really want to test Frieren? You're gonna get overwhelmed. I already know it. Yes, I'm certain.
80年ほど前に初めて表舞台に姿を現し、勇者一行とともに魔王様を倒した。
She doesn't have a strong connection to the Demon King. That makes sense.
あなたがどれだけ長く生きた魔法使いかなんてどうでもいい。
I always train, you don't. Your mana is weaker than mine. You could never fool me.
あなたは優秀な魔法使いだけれども、魔力自体はそれほどでも。
Yeah. She's not the type of person that could realize that.
しかも80年前と大して変わっていない。
You've barely changed.
技術を磨いていたのか、それともダラダラと生きていたのか。
Oh.
どちらにせよ。
You are no match for me, you think? Yeah. She's gonna be overwhelmed now. Frieren's going to unsuppress her power. Yeah. You are on borrowed time now. You're even walking closer, so when you fall a victim, she can just one-shot you immediately.
士の軍勢もだいぶやられちゃったし、後で補充しないと。
Ja.
なんだ
Ja. Ja.
傾いている。
You're cooked.
私の魂を天秤に乗せたな、アウラ。
It is now over for you.
正直このまま軍ずれていたら危なかったけれども、お前が自分の魔力に自信を持っていてよかった。
Now you're done for.
やっとお前を倒せる。
So Aura could have defeated her if she fought fair.
私は魔力を制限していた。お前は見誤ったんだ、アウラ。
She's not even reacting, she's just
そんなは
fuck.
ずはないわ。それならこの私が見逃すはずがない。あなたの魔力には制限特有の不安。
Oh, she took it into account.
魔族はそこまで正確に魔力を観測できるのか。先生の
That's just
正しかったみたいだ。
That's because Frieren has been suppressing her mana the entire time. Frieren didn't know that they could realize that someone is suppressing it.
バカじゃないの。
So she was underestimating them in a way.
そうだね。バカみたいだ。でもお前たちに勝てる。
Yeah, they don't understand her.
ふざけるな。私は500年以上生きた大魔族だ。アウラ、お前の前にいるのは
I am twice your elder.
1000年以上生きた魔法使いだ。
Oh, she's able to flood the entire battlefield. Yeah, she's aura farming.
フリーレン、魔族が言葉で人を欺くよ。
Receive them back.
お前は魔力で魔族を欺く。
I guess suppressing your mana
自害しろ。
is basically the same as deceiving with words. Damn, that's brutal. That's brutal. Oh my god. Damn. I mean, I figured that was gonna happen after they were going with it, but that was so good. And like, when is the last time of main characters just made their enemy decapitate themselves? We even see the head falling. Yeah, like she's one of the seven important people under the Demon King. Doesn't matter. Also, she's called Aura the Guillotine. It is very fitting that she sliced off her own head too, just like with all of her victims in the past. With the red guy that tried to suffocate Frieren, she strangled him. With the Zoltrak guy, she Zoltracked him. So with the Demon King, I'm sure that the Demon King did something and then she like responded in kind, probably. The demons deceive you, she deceives them back. She's like very... She says that she's doing something unfair, but she's fighting people exactly like they fight. Like she's... Like Aura takes control of people and then forces them to basically decapitate themselves, I imagine. Same thing happened to her. I'm gonna give this episode a 9 out of 10. I did want to see Frieren like fighting more, but in the end, like, I've seen so many fights before. How many times have I seen the main characters just suppress their power and then like suddenly like basically one-shot the villain with her own power? The second they mentioned that, oh, like this scale, Aura has so much mana that she's confident in using it on anyone basically. And then they mentioned that like Frieren is like suppressing her mana. And even Fern was suppressing her mana too. Lugner thought that like she had less mana, so how could she not run out of mana when fighting him? But it's because she was suppressing it to probably be like 1/10 of what it really was. So maybe she had like double the mana that he had, or something like that. And suddenly it is not that close. And Frieren is always showing like 1/10 of her power, or maybe less even, at this point. So she's like ridiculously powerful, if she actually did show all of it. And I loved how Aura, she had like the DBC aura around her, and then Frieren like conquerors huggies everything around her. Man, that was epic. Aura said like, oh, I am a masterful demon, I am 500 years old, no one has ever matched me. Like, basically opening it for Frieren to say that she's twice as old, and actually has twice as much mana. And fuck you, you're going to be executed now with your own spell. But Frieren was also like analyzing Aura's abilities because she thought they were very strong. And she did also like not underestimate her. She just made one mistake, right? I thought it was really interesting that Frieren thought that the demons wouldn't even consider. She thought that the demons wouldn't even consider that she's suppressing her mana. But no, she's just so good at it that even though they suspect it, they don't notice any fluctuation, so they think, oh, this is legit. It's like in DBC, you know, like I remember they introduced the scouters. And the way that the scouters worked is that they would read like the output of key or something like that. And the problem with that was that everyone on Earth was able to suppress their key. And then like when they did an attack, they would go like beyond 100% of their power. So basically the people relying on scouters had no idea how strong they actually were. Like even if you had a power level that was 4 times greater than your opponent, they could potentially push it even higher than yours for a moment. And you weren't actually safe, even though your power level was higher. I think that's something that other shows missed about the DBC power levels. That's why they worked. Because they gave you an absolute number, but they gave you an absolute number that could be changed on a moment's notice. So it wasn't actually absolute. So Raditz, like he went to Earth and thought, damn, this Piccolo guy, he's kinda mid. 400 power level, I have 1000. And then he gets trapped and Piccolo like starts powering up. And the scouters like 700, 800, 900, 1000, 1100, 1200. Fuck, I'm kinda dead now. Like that was the point of the power levels. And this is doing a similar thing, like they're able to... excuse me, my throat is making weird sounds. They are able to suppress their mana enough to make the demons think that their power level or like a mana level is lower. We also learned that mana can be accumulated as you train, so you can actually get stronger or more mana than you used to have before. So it isn't like in many other power systems where there's like an inherent mana. Like maybe there is, but you can also increase your mana amount by training. And Frieren, she's been training for 1000 years. And Aura thinks that, oh, you haven't changed in 80 years, you've been wasting your time. But in reality, Frieren is built different. Like she's been collecting spells this entire time, she's been adventuring this entire time. Yeah, she lives slowly, but I imagine that Aura also lives pretty slowly. We know that she was hiding until Himmel died, so she was afraid of him. And she thought that she couldn't defeat him. So she was probably not doing much while she was waiting. Yes, she was training, but like how intense, you know? Anyway, that was really good. I think I'm really invested in this world. I think this is the best fantasy I've seen. And I agree with the rating that they give to this show on my anime list and everything. This is the best show that I've watched from this year. I'll admit this is better than Kaizo number 8. Definitely better than Solo Leveling. I mean, Solo Leveling is like power fantasy crap. It's just fun, you know? Hype. Do you need more? Yeah, you do, but like even if you just get hype, that's enough. Dandadan is the real competition for this. And I mean, Dandadan I've only seen 12 episodes. Dandadan might be better, might be worse. They are very different shows. I shouldn't try to compare them like that. I think both of them are like top tier though. So yeah, what did you guys think of this episode? And also, if you thought my reaction was good, leave a like, subscribe, you know, the usual stuff. And comment what you thought. Oh yeah.